Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Lecture of Methodology in Teaching English as a Foreign Language course, Dr. Muhammad Andriana Gafar MMPD, and also my beloved friends. We are from Group 7. My friend Azhar Fauzan Aziz as the first speaker, Fani Trisna as the second speaker, and myself Naisha Kamila Alshira as the moderator and also the last speaker. Today we will be presenting about Chapter 7, Productive Competences, Speaking, Writing, Mediating. First, I will show you the preliminary. The first is background, second is understanding speaking, third is understanding writing, fourth, foreign language mediation, and the last is conclusion. And then I will explain the background. Traditionally, the content of English language teaching was conceptualized in 4 skills. That is listening, reading receptive skills, speaking and writing productive skills. More recently, the categorization of language knowledge and performance has changed. Now the use of our own language, for example when mediating, is also taken into consideration, and the scope of our lessons is extended by teaching a combination of reading, viewing, and listening. This chapter provides an overview about speaking, writing, and mediation. The first presentation will be delivered by Azhar Fauzan Aziz.
Okay, my name is Azhar Fauzan Aziz. In this section, I want to discuss about speaking skill material. There's a 5 aspect that I will talk about this material. The first aspect is speaking background. Second is understanding speaking. The third aspect is spoken discourse. The fourth is approaches to teaching and learning speaking, and the last aspect is assessing speaking. In this slide, I want to talk about the speaking background. Speaking competence has become center stage in most English language classes, and being able to speak fluently is a major goal of many students of English. Speaking is one of the most frequent tasks in life. We spend hours a day conversing, telling stories, teaching, argue, and speaking to ourselves. Therefore, speaking is often considered as one of the most direct skills in learning English language. As speaking is highly complex, being able to speak English as a foreign language fluently and accurately need a bunch of effort, such a lot of practice, meaningful repetitive, grammar skills, mentality, and etc. Understanding speaking. Speaking is a competence that demands knowledge of language and discourse, a sound mastery of sub-skills of speaking, and also a good command of communication strategies. Therefore, knowledge base of speaking is consists of 6 categories. The first categories is vocabulary. Vocabulary is the most important thing when we want to be a good speaker. And the second categories is grammar. In grammar, we will learn how to build and construct with some particular formulas. There is 16 tenses of grammar in English language, and I think there is a lot of resources that provide how to learn those sentences, such a book, internet, or etc. The third category is pronunciation. Pronunciation is learning how to spell English word correctly, but there are several accents that are often used in speaking English language, such as British and American accent. The fourth category is genre. Genre is refers to things like small talk, joking, gossip, and etc. The fifth category is speech, And the last category is socioculture. The term discourse. The term discourse is the use of language in some particular context. In this case, we need to know and understand some specific context such as coherence. Coherence is combine several words into a sentence, and the second aspect is cohesion. Cohesion is mean combine several sentences into a paragraph. In this slide, I want to talk about the speaking process. Being able to produce fluent speech is the main goal of the most foreign language learner. Fluent speakers often plan what they are about to say while they are still articulating their previous idea. The box below will provide an overview of speaking process pattern. In this table, we can see and learn how the process and pattern of students when they learning to speak. There is a particular process pattern when students produce or make their sentences. I think for more detailed explanation, I suggest for you all to access or read directly from the chapter report. Okay, in this slide I want to talk about communication strategies. Speakers of a foreign language frequently encounter communication problems due to demands of the cognitive process or lack of language resources. So, what can a learner do when they have a problem, or how can learner do to solve the problem? Number one is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means speaker express what they want to say by using different words. Instead of saying, "She's generous with her time," somebody might say, "She's willing to give away her time freely." Number two is code switching. Speakers use more than one language within a single conversational turn or interaction. Number three is use of all-purpose words. It means speakers use words like think, stuff, make, do, or etc. Number four is word coinage. Word coinage means speakers turn a word of another language into an English-sounding word. Somebody not being able to retrieve the word map might try to use carte instead, saying, "Can I have a look at your carte?" Next category is nonverbal or paralinguistic communication. Speakers might use gestures and facial expression to get their meaning across. Number 6 is asking for help and clarification. It means speaker ask directly for a clarification and help, like a teacher or something else. And the last category is avoidance. When faced with too great a challenge to express a certain idea, speakers simplify their intended message to less complex statement. Spoken discourse, linguistic features, genres, and pronunciation. Knowledge about linguistic features of spoken language, genres of speaking, and pronunciation are highly relevant for teaching and learning how to speak accurately, fluently, and with appropriate level complexity. In this slide, I will talk about linguistic feature. It consists of two categories. The first category is interactional speaking, or in other words, is informal centers on engaging in direct social interaction with a strong focus and building a relationship as we do in small talk, joke telling, and conversation. And the second aspect is transactional speaking, or in other words, is formal, is about conveying and receiving information such as speech and or when ordering in a restaurant. Okay, in this slide I want to talk about the genre. Genre is the most part of our daily communication is made by genre like a small talk, conversation, written conversation, presentation, telling stories, and letter. Interactive speaking, such as when two or more speakers engage in conversation, is often seen as the most difficult of all the skills. Okay, in this box there is a example. Person A, hi. Person B, oh hi, how are you? Are you fine? Person B, so you have just arrived for Tel Aviv? Person A, yes, Tel Aviv. Person B, alright. Are you here on vacation? Person A, no, no holiday. Person B, oh, I see. You are here for work, right? Person A, no, family, my friend or partner is from the New York. B, oh, that's nice. So you must know the place already? Person A, no, not really. Person B, ah, so. Person A, well, actually, we live in Tel Aviv all the time since 2010. Person B, really? So there is a lot of discover. What are you interested in? Person B, it was a pleasure to talking to you. Person A, yeah, bye. Person B, bye. Right, the conversation is ends. So we move to next slide. Next slide, I want to talk about pronunciation. Pronunciation is consists of two aspects. The first aspect is segmental level or micro level that is concerned with individual vowels, consonant and their combination, and the second aspect is suprasegmental level or macro level that goes beyond the individual word and deals with mentality, rhythm, and intonation. As English learner, we definitely want to be able to speak like native English speaker. Unfortunately, local accent often interfere with our ability to speak a foreign language. Statistics show that nowadays about a quarter of the population is fluent in English and 3 in 4 speakers of speak English are non-native speakers. Approaches to teaching and learning speaking. Knowing about processes of oral language production, the nature of spoken discourse, and about the quality of learner, there's a three perspective of approaches to teaching. Okay, and we will see the three perspective of approaches in the next slide. The first category or the first aspect is behaviorist perspective. Mastery of speaking can be attained by habit information through repetition and reinforcement. Second aspect is socioculture perspective. It means learning is socially mediated, which implies the language learners continuously improve their speaking skills by interacting with a peer or teacher in scaffolded environment. The last aspect is cognitivist perspective. It means learners are equipped by capacity or information processing. Okay, for this slide, I want to talk about encouraging student. Encouraging student to perform in a foreign language is very important. The way is to give tasks such as making groups or partner, starting from easy things but also having to be careful in choosing tasks so that they can stimulate the desire to learn. The way for students to become fluent foreign language speaker is usually by getting new input such as vocabulary which eventually becomes routine. Ideally, students are given the opportunity to repeat tasks to maximize automation. Okay, next slide. At this slide, I want to talk about the speaking activities for different stages. There are consist of three aspects. First aspect is awareness raising activities such as organization, socioculture aspect, intonation, grammar, vocabulary, communication strategy, and speech. Second aspect is appropriation activities such as singing, writing, reading text loudly, dialogue, and small talk. And the last aspect is growing automaticity and autonomy, such as drama, presentation, role play, discussion, debates, and outside of speaking class. In this slide, I want to talk about visualization. What is visualization means? Visualization is inaccurate pronunciation of foreign language. A foreign accent can be interpreted a result of fossilization. Experts suggest that fossilization occurs in case of insufficient attention to accuracy and teaching. Therefore, learners need exposure to activities that focus on forms of meaning. So, way to teach speaking English to young learners are important ways such as singing, games, meaningful repetition, and etc. List the following principles for developing speaking skill in the primary classroom. Number one is find a balance between listening and speaking. The second is use English as a means of communication in the classroom. Third is present new language using gesture, meme, and action. And the last aspect is encourage learner to interact spontaneously and give them support to get their message across. Okay, this is the end of this slide. We move to next slide. This slide I want to talk about assessing speaking. As a speaking is highly complex, the examiner needs to have clear knowledge about the construct being tested, such as test format, types of standardized tests, testing scales for speaking, and observation sheets. For the next slide, we'll show about some speaking format tests. Alright, we move to the next slide for speaking format test. It consists of three aspects. The first aspect is live or recorded presentation. Here, test takers prepare and present a short talk on pre-selected topics. If recordings are made, they can then be graded independently by different raters. Second aspect is role plays. Candidates are asked to take on a role well known to them, like being a customer in a restaurant. The other role is either played by another student or the tester. Students could, for example, discuss preparation for a birthday, and the last aspect is interactive task and discussion. As the candidates are not asked to take on roles based on additional information, the stimulus should include material that is already known and appealing to the test takers. Okay, because we talk about the assessment, so uh, in this slide I want to talk about the following are assessment criteria based on student abilities. I will start from the bottom tier level. So the student who can make an introduction and use basic greeting and leave-taking expression is considered as A1 level. And for A2 level, the student can establish social contact like greeting and farewells, introduction, giving thanks, or etc. For independent user, it consists of two levels. The student who can enter unprepared into conversation on familiar topic is considered as a B1 level. For B2 level, the student who can engage in extended conversation on most general topic in a clearly participatory fashion, even in a noisy environment. And the top tier level is proficient user. Proficient user is consists of two levels. For C1 level, the student can use language flexibly and effectively or for social purposes, including emotional, allusive, and joking usage. And the C2 level or top tier level is student can converse comfortably and appropriately unhampered by any linguistic limitation in conducting a full social and personal life. Okay, in this slide I want to talk about IELTS. IELTS stand of International English Language Testing. IELTS is the world's most popular English language test in assessing speaking. Alright, the next slide will overview the criteria are used in the IELTS speaking test. The first criteria is fluency and coherence. It means that this criterion refers to the ability to talk continuously, how to link ideas and language to form a sentence. Second criteria is lexical research. This criterion refers to the range of vocabulary. The third criteria is grammatical range and accuracy. This criterion refers to the accurate and appropriate use of the candidate's grammatical research. And the last criteria is pronunciation. This criterion refers to the ability to produce comprehensible speech to fulfill the speaking test requirement. Okay, that's all from me, from Azhar. So we move to the next speaker, Fanny.
Thank you to moderator who give me opportunity. I'm Fanny Trisna. Here I will explain the point of the screen among them. The first, meaning of writing. 2, how important is it to learn to write. 3 method writing, 4 creative writing, 5 strategies writing. First, I will explain meaning of writing. Why should you learn English? Writing is storing information either electronically or on paper to clarify communication so as to create an ideas through or story is serve a variety of purpose including conveying information, expressing emotion, documenting experience, and creating art. Types of writing, among them narrative text, descriptive text, persuasive text, expository text, technical writing, creative writing, application letter, dictionary, and last, newspaper. What needs to be developed in writing English? Developing writing skill include not only linguistic development, also knowledge of genre and text production process, metalinguistic, knowledge, planning, monitoring, and evaluation, and the use of writing strategies, goals, and motivation. What approach need to be taken? What must be done to get something delivered? The types of approaches that can be taken are divided into two. The first is process-based approach, and second is genre text-based approach. Process-based approach focus on the process of writing mainly for a cognitive point of view. How the writer create good text. Genre text-based approach focus on the product of writing, the formal surface element and discourse structure of sample text. What makes a good text? Process-based approach. In the process, the writer gradually creates and text through discovery and to the main sub-process of cognitive engagement in producing written text is 1. Set goals, 2. Generate ideas, 3. Organizing, 4. Select the appropriate, 5. Make a plan, 6. Language, 7. Read and review, view and edit. Genre text-based approach. This teaching writer is regular text-based manner that follow a step-by-step procedure. Help identify their writing needs, building awareness of discourse, organization, help students to develop skill to apply effective text criteria. Why should genre-based learning be carried out? 1. Genre-based writing instruction need to be very explicit as the final product in primary focus. 2. A focus on genre offer a framework for concentrating on language, textual organization, and communicative context. 3. A genre-based approach help identify the urgent need to write a particular text. Okay, next slide. Creative writing. Communicative language teaching places great emphasis on the utilitarian aspect of language use. Language as in creative writing, producing texts that have aesthetic value. Knowledge of particular genre serve as necessary starting point of student enjoyable and imagination, strengthening engagement with the English language and literary form. What are the benefits of creative writing for ELL classes? Become a language that easy to remember so that it's become a form ability achievement after they learn in ideally to learner become sensitive to the rhythm, stress, and intonation of the foreign language and by trying to express personally. The main thing in writing, the creative writing, producing texts that have aesthetic value, stories, film, letter, blog, travel notes, dialogues, jokes, and a large number of other genres were creative based on careful observation, imagination, personal memories, and also experience of reading creative texts. English learners interact with a foreign language in a fun way in creative writing. Okay, next slide. Strategies are specific and strategies are general. 3. Topic sense, reason, check, each, reason, and. is a planning strategy for argumentative text. First, the writer will formulate a topic sentence. They provide at least 3 reasons to support the topic sentence. Next, they explain the reason and finally formulate a statement to summarize the topic sentence. Vocabulary is a strategy for writing narrative text as to brainstorm action to tell story and describe the world and phrase used in the text step. They formulate complete sentence and paragraph based on the select vocabulary. CDO, compare, diagnose, operate, is a revision strategy for all text genre in which each sentence is evaluated and modified according to criteria. Next slide, strategy use. While most L2 writing strategies are similar strategies used in L1, transition strategies are influenced by the learner language proficiency as well as cultural and contextual factors. In writing, students need to engage proactively and range of strategies for generating ideas, coordinating and disseminating process and revising text. In addition, they need to actively manage motivation and use social behavioral strategies, especially for handling feedback and also for learning with their peers. Self-direct learning strategies have significant predictive effect. There is still little feedback and assessment in the field. Polyiosis, a particular need for well-designed, longitudinal experimental research to ascertain the most effective record for students. Development of writing is a foreign language. Overall, neither approach can be produce good writers. Therefore, teachers must carefully discuss their student writing needs and encompass a variety of approaches across L2 writing development. Writing feedback and assessment. As basis for future studies and pedagogical decision making, Alice 2007 identified various options for providing in an LT classroom. According to him, the teacher strategies in providing feedback: direct strategy, pointing out and or finding error feedback; metalinguistic, use or error codes; FV vocabulary, G grammar strategy, C tense, observe grammatical description; focus scope, unfocused broad feedback on all error or focused intensive feedback on preselective error types; electronic feedback, indication of error and hyperlinks to comply with example of correct use. Peer feedback refers to the use of students as a source of information and interaction with each other so that students take on the role and responsibility of commenting on and criticizing each other's design, both written and oral format in the writing process. What is the reason for peer feedback? One of the reasons for peer feedback is that use support by a number of there is a second language, acquisition and writing, such as writing process theory, collaborative learning, and socio-cultural theory. Text production, peer feedback and offer opportunities to discuss topic and content, while teacher feedback provides information on how to improve the language from a style of text. Therefore, studies show the students who provide feedback benefit more than students who receive feedback. Student use of feedback. Students may be asked to use feedback for revision of their text and for the creation of their future writing strategies. Different learners, different strategies of foreign language development require different types of feedback on their written text. Therefore, it is important for teachers to have a range of techniques from which to choose. Writing test. Writing tests can be used for diagnostic purpose, testing, proficiency, or measure achievement. Writing tests can be arranged for simple assessing the language used. Portfolio assessment. Portfolio assessment writing is a collection of the written from different genres. Evaluation is delayed and provide a means to measure progress over time. One of the most prominent benefits of a portfolio assessment is that it consists a variety of writing samples. Additional, including multiple essay draft gives teacher insight into how well to writers master various writing subskills, such as drafting or revising. Okay, next slide, tech usability criteria. Define 6 tech usability criteria. Reliability, construct, validity, originality, interactivity, impact, and practicality. Cushing would suggest the following principle. 1. Evaluate not only writing in class but outside of class. 2. Evaluate more than one writing sample. 3. Build authenticity and interactivity into time writing assignment. 4. Use assessment instruments that are specific to the task and instructional focus on the class that provide useful feedback to students.
The last material is mediation, defining foreign language mediation and developing foreign language mediation skills. Defining foreign language mediation. In the Common European Framework of Reference, mediation is defined as a process where the language user is not concerned to express his or her own meaning, but simply to act as intermediary between interlocutors who are unable to understand each other directly normally but not exclusively speakers of a different language. Further research has shown that mediators also transform the information and the language of a source text to a target text, depending on the communicative purpose set by the task and the context. Transformation takes place as mediators apply information strategies or language strategies has shown that successful mediation requires activating linguistic, cultural, pragmatic, strategic, social interactive, and discourse competences. Because of the complexity, mediation could be seen as a fifth competence and not just as another format of activities within the framework of task-based teaching. Conclusion: speaking, writing, and mediation are categorized as a productive competences in learning English as a foreign language. However, productive competences can only develop on the basis of receptive competence. For example, good readers often make a good writers. This chapter has set out to demonstrate that in order to design a useful methodology for teaching these competences, speaking, writing, and mediating fluently and accurately require concentration, effort, and regular practice. The more often students need to communicate in writing and speaking, the more likely they are to improve. As a teacher, we need to develop a principled approach that experiments with different types of activities, topics, and teaching objectives on the basis of their student needs. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. I would like to hear your question, thoughts, and feedback. Feel free to share. Thanks again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.